Yo, 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 yo. Y'all already know what time it is right now. Y'all already know what time it is right now. I have to give this heel truth and nothing but this heel truth, so help me God. And that gospel. You know I gotta give that gospel. Y'all know what time it is, man. Welcome to Heel Truth Live. It's your boy, the EmpBruh. As y'all already know, the man with the damn plan. And we had a couple of things that happened this week. As you can see on your screen right now. That's the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. I'm going to give my reaction to this trailer. I gave my initial reaction, but we're going to go through, we're going to break down and give an analysis, and we're going to basically spot out some things that I didn't notice before, but now that I caught on, now that I watched the trailer about 11 damn times. So we got to look at other stuff. Also, we got to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 and those leaks and those rumors. I have never said anything about Nintendo Switch 2, did any videos about it at all, but today we're going to talk about it today because I think and I believe there is a coincidence between, you know, the announcement we got yesterday and the Nintendo Switch 2, but I'll break that down a little bit. First off, I got to make sure this mic is working properly. You know, we had a couple of issues the last couple of videos with this microphone, but it had a lot to do with me basically messing around with the settings inside of OBS, aka not knowing what the hell I'm doing. To be quite honest with you, not knowing what the hell I'm doing in OBS, playing around with filters and all that other nonsense. But what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna sit up here, we're gonna watch this trailer again because it was that kind of crazy damn trailer. It was something legendary. It was something great. I don't understand why some people are trying to hate on Grand Theft Auto 6, which is kind of weird to me. And I also don't understand the controversy, if y'all have not seen it on social media, and most of all Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. We're never going to call it X, Elon Musk. We're going to call it Twitter. It is what it is. You just going to have to suck that up and get used to it. But should have never renamed Twitter in the first damn place. But we gotta talk about that controversy. If y'all haven't seen it, it's something astronomically insane and it's not great. But first, we gotta roll this beautiful beam footage again because this thing is it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and we got to. We got to roll it again. It's it's a wild place, to put it so slightly. It's a wild damn place Florida is, and I think them taking the trailer, taking the game and basically making it a parody of what happens in real life in Florida is crazy. They have every essence of Miami down pat, from Ocean Ave. See, let me scroll through this this trailer real quick to show you everything that I know for sure, because I've been in these places numerous of times. This is definitely Miami right here. This is somewhere in Miami.
Do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
Obviously, this is Miami Beach that you can see right there. And Miami Beach kind of really does look like this. So they really, did their homework to make it look like Miami as much as possible. Miami Beach definitely looks like this. And that's back in the Everglades right there. That's kind of the Florida Everglades right there. That's basically the land you never want to visit because that's where the crazy motherfuckers stay. This is Miami Beach. Now, one thing I did notice about this part right here in the trailer, which was funny, if you look at the lower right corner, let me play it a little bit more. Oh, let me go back. If you look in the lower right corner here of this trailer, of what you're seeing on your screen right now, if you look in the lower right corner right now, homeboy is filming this girl and she's twerking with her ass. Like, that's hilarious to me right there. If this ain't America amped up to 10. It's hilarious to me. This is modern day America, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. Please repeat all that. Lower the trailer volume. Well, the trailer's muted right now. So, but this dude in the lower right hand corner here, filming this girl while she's twerking. And then if you look behind the three girls that's right here in the middle of the trailer, this girl behind those three girls is stacked like a stack of fucking pancakes. Like she thick. I've never seen this amount of thickness in a video game before. Never in my life have I seen video game characters actually put together very well like this. This is pretty damn impressive. I'm not gonna lie, but she thick back there. And the dude is spraying like oil or what you call sunscreen on her. I thought that was crazy. And also, you notice this couple in the middle, they're jogging and they have a little dog. So I guess you will have more pets in Grand Theft Auto now. So I thought that was a really crazy thing to see in there. So y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Y'all should be able to hear me. This mic is turned all the way the fuck up. So y'all should be able to hear me. But I did turn the trailer down for when I play it again. But that's me messing with that OBS studio. I told y'all, man, I don't like messing with this thing. But hey, this is what you can use for the streaming and stuff. So that's definitely Miami Beach right there. It looks like that for real. But the density of the people in this trailer right now is pretty damn impressive. I ain't gonna lie. And you can see the helicopter. You can see the draw distance. You can see the helicopter in the sky. This is what Next Generation was supposed to damn look like. If it wasn't for all this cross-gen platform bullshit that Sony and Microsoft was feeding y'all would have had games look like this a long time ago. So kudos to Rockstar for making characters in a game look is about as realistic as we ever seen in a video game. You see everybody with different body types, everybody with different ethnicities. You can definitely identify everybody's ethnicity. That's something you really couldn't do in video game characters before, especially on an open world game of this scale and this level. So yeah, I got to hand it to Rockstar for that. And hand it to Rockstar for taking their damn time to make this game and not being rushed by anybody. Yes, 10 plus years is too motherfucking long. I will agree with y'all on that. That's too damn long. But they took their time with these new systems to actually learn the hardware, learn how to use it, learn how to utilize it and get the power out of it. And this is the result that you see. It's so crazy that so many people are so like, the reactions I've seen online, so many people are so like they're like surprised that this is running on PS5 and Xbox Series. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't really had no games that showcased the PS5 and Xbox Series X power. You really had none. To be really honest with you, you really had zero. You had cross-gen titles from last generation that got next-gen upgrades, quotation marks on that. But you really didn't have anything that was actually built for the system. This game was built for the systems. This game was built for the systems, built on the system, built for the system. They wasn't ported over from the last system to build upon of it. This is built for these two systems. This is what it's supposed to look like back in 2020 when these things first came out. You know, this is what it's supposed to look like. So this is what it's supposed to look like here. Now, we're going to move forward in this trailer because it's a couple other hilarious things in here I do want to point out. And yeah, I'm going to lower the damn trailer volume for everybody that, you know, having a heart attack right now. So, you know, the water physics looks crazy. The hair looks crazy. Now, this is my favorite scene right here. Did you see that? Did y'all see that? Never in gaming history have we had anything that looked just as authentic as a strip club as this. You got homie over here making it rain. You can see the dollars on the floor. The best thing I like about this is the sparkling candles that one of the hostess are holding up. That is the strip club, period. And of course, I got to talk about the main thing here. We ain't never in gaming history seen booty physics like this ever. I mean, them polygons are polygoning. Them twerk muscles are twerking. It's time for the twerkulator. I've never seen an ass jiggle. I got to replay that for y'all because the ass jiggle on here, these ass jiggle physics are crazy. They had to get strippers from King of Diamonds or something to come in and do mocap for this game. That's how them ass. Look at that ass jiggle. Look at that ass jiggle. Y'all can't tell me that wasn't impressive to you. Y'all can't tell me them booty cheeks was not impressive to you. We ain't never seen no booty cheeks jiggle like that in a video game ever. I know it sound crazy that I'm excited for twerking booty cheeks, but y'all gotta understand the level of commitment that Rockstar Games had to make twerking and twerk ass jiggle as accurate as possible. I have to replay that for y'all because that looks almost like real life. That almost looks like real life. Y'all have to respect the level of detail. And shout out to Rockstar for really showing how, diverse South Miami is, especially with all the car crews and stuff like that. But look at this jiggle on this stripper, boy. You can't tell me. I'm replaying that again because y'all don't understand. If y'all don't understand, man. We used to have in GTA games and other games, we used to have people trying to twerk in games and nothing was moving. The only jiggle physics you ever got was Ivy and Soul Calibur. That's the closest you ever got to anything that was somewhat realistic. And that was revolutionary for its time as well, because people used to go crazy about that shit. But y'all have to look at this and understand the magnitude of commitment of gaming fucking development to get twerking and ass jiggle as accurate as possible. Look at his ass here. Just look at his ass jiggle. Look at his ass jiggle. Bruh! You have to applaud that. You have to applaud that. I have to give Rockstar that, because that's hard work. That's hard work. That's dedication. That's paying attention to detail. That's exactly what that is. I'm gonna get off of that. Now, this is definitely a shot that you can definitely see in Miami at night if you take one of those helicopter rides, which ain't cheap. So unless you balling, I wouldn't advise trying to take one because they're expensive. Now, this is definitely an essence of Ocean Avenue, because it definitely looks like this all fucking day long, especially at night. And everybody trying to come out and flex in their little motherfucking cars. I ain't gonna say little motherfuckers. They trying to go out and flex in their damn cars and shit. And you always have bad women walking up and down Ocean Ave. This is really accurate of what Miami really looks like. Club scene, that's pretty accurate too of what Miami is with the club scene. You have all types of club on Ocean Ave. You have anything you want. You into rock, you into reggae, you into blues, you into jazz, hip hop. You get anything on that strip. Now this is like the Florida Keys. This is so accurate to how the Florida Keys highway is set up. Just Google Maps it, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm pointing these things out because the attention to detail Rockstar Games has had is pretty amazing. And plus, look at that water. That's the best water I've ever seen in the video game so far. Now the hair. The hair physics is even crazy. Yes, she looks good and all that other stuff. Her body shape is proportionate to her ethnicity, which is also great. I just like how characters are so much more distinguishable in between each other, because at first glance you can tell exactly the body type, the ethnicity, and all that. That's something you really couldn't tell in the video game. Besides, they just every character usually in the video game has the same kind of model to it, but they just change the skin color. But not in this Grand Theft Auto 6. Rockstar really put their foot in this shit here. They really did. I got to say, they really did. So let's move it right along. Rooftop brunches, rooftop lounges, Miami. That's definitely a fucking thing. Okay, now we're moving on. The Vice sign. Now here's the crazy part. Everything that's my favorite scene right there. We're gonna get to the twerking on the headlights girl right here. That's what we got. We're gonna get to her in a second. Now, everything you seeing in these clips here is kind of it's not kind of, it's exactly one for one viral moments that actually happen in the state of Florida. But it's obviously they have their own what you call it, they have their own social media platform in the game. But this is all the viral moments that happen in real life. There was a gator they pulled out of the pool, that was a viral moment. There was a chick twerking on top of the car in the highway. Now look at them jiggle physics, look at them twerk physics, my guy. I mean, the hair, the movement, the way the legs are spread, you know, the stance, everything. They got everything. But this was a viral moment. There was a girl twerking on the highway in Miami. That was actually a thing. So everything you see in here actually happened, and that's one thing I do want to see in this game. Is the street takeovers that will happen in this game. That's definitely going to be something to be cool about. Kind of give you like a little bit of Midnight Club Dub Edition vibes to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, and this also was a viral moment. It was a gator into a supermarket in Florida. This is basically a big ass game that is a parody of. Now I got to talk about this right here because this was funny, but it was also kind of disappointing. The fact that hold on, let me go back real quick. Okay, the fact that they have this man sagging his damn pants, if that ain't if that ain't America for real, I don't know what is. I don't know what it is. All I'm saying is that the authenticity of what Rockstar is doing right now in this game is pretty damn incredible. This is what makes it so amazing. Now this is this was a viral moment when we had a bunch of Florida men playing around in the mud. You can actually look that up. This is one of the craziest moments in social media history where this Florida woman had a hatchet and a hammer or two hammers trying to attack somebody. That shit was hilarious. Go look that up if you ain't seen that. And I do like also about this game is that it has a Bonnie and Clyde type of vibe to it, and that's the thing I really like about it because it kind of gonna make the playing the game a little bit different than previous Grand Theft Auto games. So I like the Bonnie and Clyde aspect. It's really cool, and I think this is the part of the trailer where everybody was fucking disappointed. Coming in 2025. Now. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. It seems like I'm the only one that actually thought this game was not coming out in 2024. I don't understand why anybody thought this game was coming out in 2024. And I don't understand why anybody is disappointed that this game is not coming out in 2024. Here's what I give Rockstar credit again, because they showed me some things over there, you know, the last 10 years that they're in their development process. They have taken a Nintendo approach to their game development. They have applied this over the last several years, and I have to applaud them for that. Once again, Nintendo leads the way, everybody else follows. I've been saying this for so many years now, almost a decade, and people still seem to be in denial about it. They have taken a Nintendo approach where they're going to release basically one game per generation of their, major franchises, because it gives them a lot of time to develop games and to really put a lot of work into detail into them. And I think GTA 6 is definitely going to be one of those. And that's kind of the reason why I kind of figured out this game was not coming out in 2024. I knew that from their previous history of them announcing the game and showing it off for the first time, it's probably going to be a year or so away. And that's a good thing, because this trailer looks so damn good now. Just imagine what it's going to look like when they get done with it. Now, how does that all relate into the Switch 2 stuff? Well, before we get into the Switch 2 stuff, we got to get into this controversy first. I have to talk about I have to bring this up. Because after the GTA trailer launched and came out, some people get on the internet and they just like to spoil it for everybody else. This is what they do. I don't know why, but people do it. Somehow banned GTA 6 became a thing while we all was asleep after we watched the trailer about 80,000 damn times. So I had to go and look through all this. I'm like, why is this trending? What the hell is going on? And we finally found who initiated it. How did it go down? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm about to show you on the screen right now what's happening. It's still currently going on, just not to the magnitude of what it was earlier in the day. But it definitely was a thing. Yeah, it definitely is a thing, and still is a thing. It still is a thing. So your homeboy right here, this is what kicked it off on Twitter. That's now has spread all over the rest of social media. Hype Killer McGill here. This is what I call them. I call them Hype Killer McGills. They don't stand for people to be hype, be excited for shit. They have to, do something to just derail the whole situation and just, spoil our fun here. So, your boy Jackson Hinkle, who I have no idea who this man is, but, after seeing this, it's somehow Grand Theft Auto, as you can read it here on your screen. Somehow Grand Theft Auto got pulled into a political battle, and basically stemming around the Israel and Palestinian situation, and obviously the decades old of attack on video games that we've been dealing with forever as gamers. Sexualized video game, target for children. Here we go again with this bullshit. What's crazy about what Mr. Jackson did here is that his main issue is about, sexualized video game for children, even though Grand Theft Auto 6 ain't for fucking children. And then somehow he kind of, ties in Rockstar Games being a part of the ongoing situation with the Israel and Palestine. So I'm not even going to touch on that because I don't want to talk about that at all. I want to stick to straight video games. So as you can see here, he puts this tweet out and 5 million hits on it, and it just goes insane. And people were basically trying to get him in the comment section, and your boy RGT couldn't say it any more better. Shout out to RGT. Y'all know RGT, man. RGT don't play about his stuff, boy. He's hilarious. But your boy RGT came in and chimed in on what I thought in my head, like, what the fuck is this man doing? Why is he doing this? I always question why people do things like this because I don't understand what it's supposed to do, but it happened and it's still ongoing now. There's a lot of people who are backing Mr. Jackson's claims about banning GTA 6. We know for sure that it's probably not going to happen, but one thing that really caught my eye, which I'm trying to still find right now, I've been trying to look it up, is Elon Musk made a comment. And it kind of bothered me because he commented about Grand Theft Auto 6. He said something along the lines, he played it, he didn't like the opening scene about shooting cops, and he didn't like Grand Theft Auto. So he jumped in on the banned Grand Theft Auto train. And I'm like, when are we going to stop trying to use video games as a damn scapegoat for real life situations? Video games is nothing but something to deter you from reality. And the great thing about Grand Theft Auto 6 is that it's basically giving you a whole parody of what the state of America is right now. This is why everybody loved what they saw, because you can relate to it because, especially if you live in fucking Florida, you definitely can relate to it. You can't relate to it because this is the ongoing current thing of current America. And that's kind of like the parody and the fun of it. That's the thing about what we play video games for, is just suppressing reality to get out of our real reality to, to just have fun and go around and bullshit around in virtual reality. But I just don't understand why people try to make it political. I don't understand why people make these reaches about sexualized games and targeting for children. I seen this one tweet and I couldn't find it anymore. I was really searching for it, where this guy said the majority of people that are playing Grand Theft Auto were kids. If you deny that, you're delusional. When you was 13, you was playing Grand Theft Auto. It didn't matter about the rating. Now, okay, he has a little bit of point there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all was playing the M-rated games when we were little. But it was at our parents' discretion. They decided to let us play these games. But all of the people that I know, including myself, who played these violent games, these quote-unquote over-sexualized games, we kind of ended up becoming adults, and we ended up being pretty okay. I'm an upstanding citizen of this country. I followed my dream. I have my dream job. I work my dream life. I don't do all the crazy shit that you claim I'm going to do just because I played fucking Grand Theft Auto. I don't understand why they're still trying to this day. This has been going on since the 90s, I believe. Maybe earlier than that. I can't really remember. Why are they trying to connect violence in video games once a fucking again? Just leave video gaming alone. I don't understand why you just can't leave video gaming alone. Why do y'all try to bring video gaming into y'all political agendas all the time? It never works. It never works because the fans, first and foremost, the gamers, ain't trying to hear that shit. We ain't trying to hear your bullshit about, oh, you a man child. We don't give a fuck about your opinion. We ain't trying to hear the shit about, oh, only children, only grown men, upstanding citizens of society don't play video games. We ain't trying to hear that shit. We're not. We're just not. So you just Jackson, just cut it out. You know what I mean? Stay on your mission, stand up what you believe in. I'm more power to you on everything, on the stances that you have, but just stay off the game and shit, Jax. This is not the lane you want to go down because you're not going to win. Gamers, we're not going to have it. You know what I mean? This reminds me of a similar situation with the boycott Bayonetta 3 situation. I'm gonna tell you right now, just like Stephen A. Smith tells everybody, I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care. We not finna hear that bullshit. We're not. You're not finna drag a video game into your real life situations and battles that you are trying to do. Please stop it. Like, just please. It made my head hurt just to see this shit today. It's like, really? It's like, man, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. I don't know why, but the Grand Theft Auto release day had me thinking. It had me thinking. To be real honest with y'all, it had me really, really thinking real quick. And what I was thinking is, Nintendo, with a release schedule for the Nintendo Switch for next year is pretty thin. I think it's about 6 games, which Metroid Prime 4 is still on that damn list. Jesus Christ, man. Metroid Prime 4 is definitely going to come out on the original Switch. We're not going to escape that. We're not going to escape it. It's going to happen. But it had me thinking, right? We already know NVIDIA has, their new chipset for the Nintendo Switch successor. Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 2, Super Nintendo Switch, whatever the hell they gonna call it, whatever. Whatever. But it had me thinking. The last game they have slated for the Nintendo Switch for the release is none other than Metroid Prime 4. with the latest game they have releasing for the Nintendo Switch, the only thing they have listed is for summer, which is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon remake. And it had me thinking. I was thinking a little bit. I had me thinking it for a second. I think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be the last hurrah for the Nintendo Switch. I think the 2024 rumors are accurate. I think it's going to be late 2024 when we get this system. Their release schedule points toward it. Yes, Nintendo likes to come out and give you these stealth releases. You know, this is coming out in 5 months. This is coming out in 6 months. It's coming out in 3 months. You know, they do that. But I really don't think this is the case in this year. Now, there's one thing for sure when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2. About all the leaks and all the rumors and everything that you have seen. There is one thing for sure that can help you decipher through all these leaks and all these rumors to see which one is actually the most accurate. Nintendo wants to outsell the PS2 with the Switch. They're close. Last time I checked, well, I got to check these numbers again. I got to check the exact numbers of where we're at, because I think I have them for a second. I think I did have them. Hold on. They want to outsell the PS2, and they're pretty close. I think it's 130 something, if I'm not mistaken. It's 130 something. So, what y'all gotta understand is that they're going to do that. They're going to ensure that the Nintendo Switch outsells the PS2. And their last financial report, which came out a few weeks ago, the president kind of echoed that sentiment. They're going to outsell the PS2. They're not going to make any decisions that's going to stop them from outselling the PS2. And they definitely are going to be able, they're definitely going to achieve that. See, I know I had this shit. I don't know where it is. I know I had it. I just don't know where I put it at. They're definitely going to achieve that over the next couple of quarters because they're pretty close. It's 130 plus something, and I'm gonna find it in a second. I don't know how I misplaced it. I had it here in my setup here, but they're going to do it. And this is why I think the Switch 2 ain't coming out till late 2024, because they're going to give that whole time. They're going to give that whole time to ensure that the Switch makes it. They're going to ensure that the Switch makes it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, Nintendo Switch, 132 million. I think it's 100. That might be the old one. I had the new one. Anyway, it's at 132, 138, one or the other. It's one or the other. So they're going to ensure for sure that this Switch beats the PS2. It's pretty evident. The words of the president from Nintendo Japan said they're focused on, continuing to hit the targets of Nintendo Switch hardware. So they're not going to do anything that's going to hinder that. There's nothing they're going to do that's to hinder that. So with that being said, launching the Switch 2 and all these rumors about Switch 2 blowout in January, Switch 2 coming in March, Switch 2, it's not fucking happening. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but it's not happening in January. It's not happening in March. It ain't happening in the summertime. The earliest you will get this thing is September 2024. That is the earliest. And and that's not even my prediction. I'm thinking it's going to be November, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be November. I think it's going to be a whole full year. We're going to have to wait basically for this system to come out. But that quarter one, quarter two, it ain't happening, people. It's not. If you're reading a leak that kind of points toward that, just throw it away. It's not happening. There's one thing for sure. They're going to make sure the Nintendo Switch becomes the best-selling system of all time. They have quite a few games up that can help them get there. Metroid Prime 4 will definitely help them get there. I think that's the reason why it's still slated to be a Nintendo Switch game. They'll have some other games here and there, but the thing is that we do have to point out they have basically almost went through every major franchise so far on the Nintendo Switch, which, kind of gets you thinking, what else can they actually release? You know what I'm saying? We done did the Mario game. We done did Mario Kart. We had Zelda. We had 2 Zeldas at this point. You know what I mean? We had a Metroid, and we're gonna get another Metroid. We had Splatoon already. Fire Emblem already came out. You know what I mean? We had a lot of major hitters already come out, that usually come out every generation for the Nintendo platform. So the only thing I can really think of is really sequels to games that actually were sleeper hits, like Astral Chain 2 or something of on that nature, or something along those lines. So this is why I tell people right now, Luigi Mansion 3 also came out. So they kind of went through everything that they usually will release, you know, that's a major franchise. So it kind of makes you wonder what else they got to get us from January all the way to September or beyond. I know they got, you know, the Princess Peach game, which kind of looks hilarious. I really don't think that game is going to be good, to be honest with y'all. I don't think that game is going to be good at all. But it's hilarious looking. But the only thing I'm really looking forward to is obviously Prime 4. I would love to have an Astral Chain, you know, game. You know, maybe they'll surprise us with a Donkey Kong, but I doubt it, because Retro been busy on Metroid Prime 4 ever since they restarted development. I think you're not going to see another Mario Kart, because Mario Kart is a system seller, so that's not going to happen. This is the reason they drug out Mario Kart 8 for so fucking long. Mario Kart 8 kind of ended up like Grand Theft Auto 5. If we want to be fucking honest about it, Mario Kart 8 ended up like Grand Theft Auto 5. They just drugged that shit out, tirelessly drugged that shit out as long as they could. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, I think I do have the chart. I think we have the chart. So when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2, it is, you're not going to get the Nintendo Switch 2 before they can ensure that Nintendo Switch can outsell the PS2. That's what y'all need to understand. I hate to bust your bubble and all that, but it is what it is. You're not going to get that before Nintendo Switch outsells, or it's definitely imminent that the Nintendo Switch is going to outsell the PS2. So you could just hang it up about playing the Switch 2 anytime before then. It's just not happening. It's just not happening at all. Okay, but the great thing about it, which brings us back to Grand Theft Auto, and I think history has, you know, shown, and, you know, what's been going on for a while, is that I think it's a possibility that the Switch 2 and Grand Theft Auto are going to be synonymous with each other. With that being said, I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to release on Switch 2. Rockstar has basically put in a lot of effort, a whole lot of effort of bringing their games to the Nintendo platform. A whole lot of effort. Recently with the Red Dead Redemption little remaster, they had the Grand Theft Auto trilogy also come out. They did LA Noire. They did quite a few projects, and the only one that didn't come was Grand Theft Auto 5 for whatever reason. I think it really had to do with, I guess, possibly, I guess they probably had some issues, obviously, with the online aspect, maybe with Grand Theft Auto Online, something along those nature. I don't know. But they've been very, 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 very adamant about putting their stuff on the Nintendo Switch platform. And with the Nintendo Switch 2, rumored to be, you know, somewhere between the power of the Xbox Series S and the PS5, and looking at the new NVIDIA chips that basically, you know, mirror what that power level and that power range. That's basically the only thing people can really take about the Nintendo Switch as a guarantee. That power range and where it's going to be. Obviously, you got haters out there that's trying to basically say it's going to be as powerful as a PS4 Pro. It's like, bro, no, it's not. This, just look at NVIDIA, look at their chipset, look at the chipset they have and the new technology they have everything really lines up for the system to be somewhere between the Xbox Series S and the PS5, which is all it needs. They're really all it needs, because it looks like it's going to be a hybrid console again, because we have rumors about the backwards capability of the system, which basically I think is probably going to be a real thing, to be honest with you. I think backwards capability natively is going to be a real thing, simply because of this here. You got obviously 130 plus million, potentially 150 plus million Switch owners, but you have over 1.1 billion, sales of software. 1.1 billion sales of software, which will probably be 1.3, 1.4 by the time the Switch 2 comes out. You have that much software sold, you got to be able to have these people play their games if they're going to come to your new system. So I really think I could put a guarantee on that motherfucker that the Nintendo Switch 2 is definitely going to be backwards capable, have backwards capability natively, which means you will play your Switch games on that thing from day one. I don't think you can abandon. This is the most software ever sold on a Nintendo platform. The most software ever sold. And plus, it was also a quote from the Nintendo president, which also he said, their main focus about the Nintendo Switch successor is, migrating everybody, Nintendo online accounts and all their progress over to the next platform. So they're already giving you indications that backwards capability is going to be a thing out the gate from the beginning. But 1.1, 1.3 billion, software sold. You just can't ignore that. That's something you really can't ignore. So I'm willing to bet that and plus you probably still have Switch games being sold at that time. Like we look at the NPDs every month, we look at the best-selling games every month. There's multiple Switch games in there all the time. I think recently, even when a game releases later on Switch on the third-party aspect, the game still does great. The motherfucker still does numbers. And I think the latest game that did that, I think, was Hogwarts Legacy, which basically, was not a good fucking port, by the way. I don't know who did that port. They did a fucking terrible job. Terrible job, by the way. But if I'm not mistaken, Hogwarts Legacy on Switch is actually the third best-selling Switch game of the year. I believe I seen that not too recently. I believe I seen that. Now I'm gonna find that for y'all, because I know I seen that. I know I wasn't crazy. I know I wasn't high or anything or nothing like that. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy came out in January, and it just came out on Switch this month, and it's still selling. And it's still sold well on the Switch anyway, even though it came out so much later. I'm trying to find it, but I don't know where it's at. But yeah, man, it's like, yo, I'm telling you now. I think GTA 6 and the Nintendo Switch 2 are going to be synonymous with each other. I think they're holding out on that announcement. This is just my inch of it. I think they're holding out on that announcement. I think they're going to basically hold out on an announcement, basically like how they holding out on the announcement of the PC version for some damn reason, because Grand Theft Auto is going to come out on PC. They just didn't announce it yet. They're going to hold out on that announcement, and we're going to get surprised. We're going to get surprised with the Switch 2. I'm telling you right now, as a guarantee, Switch 2 will have Grand Theft Auto 6 on it. Now, will the Switch 2 launch in 2025? It's likely, but I still say 2024, the end of 2024. Now, what else would it launch with? I really think it'll be Mario Kart 9. I think they're probably already halfway done with that game right now. If we know Nintendo, they're probably halfway done with that game. They're probably halfway done with Mario Kart 9. and they probably already fucking finished with the next major Mario game. To be honest with you, Mario Odyssey was in 2017, people. So that's that's damn. That would be 7 years next year. Damn. So you know that game is already pretty much already done and ready. You know it is. So with that being said, I'm willing to predict right now Grand Theft Auto 6 will be on the Switch too. There's no reason for it not to be. I don't think third parties are going to sit back and wait like they did this time with the regular Switch. I think they're going to get on board early. And I think a business mind developer like Rockstar is definitely going to be one of those people to do it. Simply because you see it gen in every generation, gen in, gen out. Nintendo games are going to sell. They show you that new Mario, people going to pre-order it. They're going to get it day one. They show you that new Mario Kart, they're going to get it day one. You know, the system's going to sell day one. It is what it is. Especially if it's as powerful as the PS5, like, you know, the rumors are, leaks are saying. So I'm predicting November 2024 as a release date for the Switch 2. I'm also predicting that, you know, it will launch with Mario Kart or the major Mario game. I would not be shocked, though. I would not be shocked at all if Metroid Prime 4 is a cross-gen title, being it's going to be on Switch and Switch 2. That will not shock me at all. But I think the major selling point is going to be one of those Mario games. Either Mario Kart or the main core Mario mainline game, the sequel, the game after Mario Odyssey. It's going to be one of those two. And I think going into 2025, we're going to get that announcement for Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be domination from that day forth. If Nintendo can land Grand Theft Auto 6, and people think it's really a stretch or out of the realm, they forgot that Nintendo somehow landed an exclusive Grand Theft Auto game on the fucking DS. I don't know why they chose the DS, but Nintendo Rockstar did work that out at one point. So I think it's really a core focus. I want to say a core focus, a priority, one of the priorities for Nintendo to really ensure certain third parties are there from day one. And one of the quotes from Nintendo president also was about how Capcom was very instrumental in them, you know, raising the RAM in the original Switch before it came out. So obviously certain third parties, you know, Nintendo does, you know, take in consideration what they wanted. It's kind of crazy to hear about that now. That came out in an interview sometime this year. I want to say about 3 months ago, he said that. So to find out that, you know, Capcom was instrumental about, you know, how much RAM was going to be in the Switch, it's kind of crazy to think about that. You know, and we ended up, at the end of the day, we still ended up with a nice catalog of Capcom games on the Nintendo Switch. So I think a lot of people are going to be there from day one. Obviously, you hear the leaks about, you know, there's fucking people got developer kits already. You know, some people, you know what I mean, like Doc Trey digging up people work profiles on LinkedIn and seeing that they working on Switch 2 stuff from, you know, from developers that ain't really working on nothing on Switch. So it's a lot of stuff that, you know, that's clear cut evidence about something, you know, is happening. We just don't have the full pieces of the puzzle. We don't have the full pieces of the puzzle. So one thing's for certain. There's a few things for certain, but there's definitely one thing for certain. They want to outsell the PS2. That's number one. That's going to play a key pivotal role into when the Switch 2 is going to come out. I think they already have a window, but they probably don't want to put a date on it. So when they have that imminent guarantee that they will outsell the PS2, we're going to get a definite release date. That's probably the time we're actually going to see the motherfucker, honestly with you, to be honest with you. Once they know that's imminent and that's going to happen, we're going to get that. It's definitely the other certainty is definitely going to be backwards capable, period. That is definitely a certainty. And and the third thing that's a certainty, it's definitely going to launch with a major game. Whether it be Prime 4, whether it be Mario Kart, whether it be the next Mario fucking fiasco, whatever the fuck he's going to do now. The man been in space. The man cleaned up shit and sunshine. Now he did possession. I don't know what else he can fucking do at this goddamn point. At this point, you might as well give him Dragon Ball Z powers at this point. I don't know what else he can do, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be something crazy, but it'll be a Mario game. Those things are for certain. So whenever you see any of these Switch 2 leaks and rumors and all this, and you know, all this bullshit that you see online over and over again, people just putting out videos every day, leaks every damn day, shit is just all over the place. Just understand, if the leak don't really fit the criteria of those three things, then it's probably not fucking real. It's probably not. It's probably some made up fabricated shit that people pulled out their ass, because people do it all the time. But those are the three things you can guarantee for sure. Switch outselling PS2 must be imminent before this thing comes out. It will launch with a major game. And Prime 4 is probably going to be a cross-gen title. Those things are imminent right now. You know what I mean? Those things are imminent. So if the rumor or leak don't really fit in those parameters, it's kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? And another thing that's pretty much a guaranteed thing, this thing power will be between the Series S and the PS5. Anybody tells you differently, just basically wants the Switch to fail. That's all that is. I mean, the Switch already has the capabilities right now to play PS4 and Xbox One games. We see PS4 and Xbox One games on the Switch right now. And some of them do run very fucking well, aka Warframe. You know what I mean? So it's like, why the fuck would the next Switch be just as powerful as that doesn't make any fucking sense. Another thing that basically guarantees the certainty of where this power of this system lies, people seem to forget that Nintendo signed a 10-year contract for Call of Duty with Microsoft. I'm sure they did not sign a 10-year contract for Call of Duty on a system that's going to be just as powerful as the PS4 Pro. A contract that states that it will have content parity across the board as other platforms. That's the 10-year contract they signed. So all this, I don't know who comes up with this rumor. It's like, why the fuck would two executives and two heads of a company get into a room, sign an official contract, make an official fucking announcement on social media about a game that obviously is going to be running only on next generation hardware, and then release a system that can't fucking play it? Y'all just gotta use your brain sometimes when it comes to these fucking leaks. No, the goddamn Switch 2 is not gonna be as powerful as the bare minimum would be the power of the Xbox Series S. Nvidia technology points toward, the 10-year contract for Call of Duty points toward, everything else points toward. It just makes logical sense. The system has to be able to play the games that are going to be coming out. That's just it. That's just simple, people. And this is why I know for sure that I'm willing to guarantee that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be on my Nintendo Switch 2. I'm waiting for that moment. I'm waiting for that moment because it's a long fucking time coming that we get Grand Theft Auto on the Nintendo platform in a, respectable time frame. Not this goddamn trilogy shit, releasing shit way after it already came out. In a respectable time frame. I would love it to come out day one. I feel like this is going to be like a 6 to 8 month after Grand Theft Auto 6 launches. I kind of feel like the PC and the Switch 2 version are probably going to come out around the same time. Because I really feel like Rockstar really just focused on just making the game first with what they had available to them. Unless they had a Switch 2 development kit the last fucking 4 years, then they could surprise us with it being out there on day one on Switch 2. But I don't think that's a thing. I think it will come out the same time the PC version comes out. Hopefully it won't be a fucking year later. more like 6 months to 8 years, 6 months to 8, 6 to 8 months later. I don't think it's gonna be a year later. And plus, we still got 2 years to go. So that window of when it could come out for Switch 2 can get shorter because this game ain't coming out for 2 more damn years, people. It's gonna be late 2025. You're not playing this early 2025, so you got a 2-year wait. In the game, and look at how the game looks now. So the game looks like this now. Just imagine what the game looks like later on when it comes out. So that's what I got to say about the Switch 2. Now, for the other things I wanted to talk about real quick, and just, we're gonna speed through these things here. We're gonna speed through this rest of the stuff here. Is the Game Awards. The Game Awards. Sega's been teasing some stuff. See if I can pull that up. Basically, Sega's been teasing that they're gonna do something. And I don't know what that is. They've been sending out these invitations for people to watch the Game Awards. Also, Xbox been hyping people to watch the Game Awards. So I'm expecting major announcements from Xbox. I'm expecting major announcements from Sega. And I really think Sega might actually give us something great here because they did all they Sonic fucking shit already this year. They got all the Sonic Superstar shit out the way, all the other shit. We know the third movie's coming. All they Sonic shit got out the way. So for them to be hyping up the what you call it, to be hyping up the Game Awards, I really want to figure out what that is. They've been teasing this Game Award thing for a while, for the last few days, and I want to know what it is. I know the what you call it? What the fuck is that dude name? What the president of what you call it? The president of Sega. The president of Sega has said something recently about utilizing their old IPs. So as you can see here, this was 3 days ago. They teased a major announcement at the Game Awards, and they've been sending out this new envelope which says "New Era, New Energy." And I'm trying to find that. I don't know where it is. But New Era, New Energy, something along those lines. And I started thinking, like, what the hell could they be teasing here? Because if they're teasing New Era, right, it's obviously not basically a single game announcement. It has something to do with the company itself. It has something to do with the company as a whole. So I don't think it's just a singular game or a specific game. It's because their slogan is "New Era, New Energy," which got me kind of excited. But the Sega president said he wanted to utilize their old IPs more. So that got me thinking. There could be one or two things that has happened at the Game Awards with Sega. One or two things. Either, and this is the most wild one. Either Sega is going to get back into console making, which is wild. I know that's kind of a wild prediction for their announcement, but I've never seen them push an announcement like this as a company, not, specifically as an individual game. Either they're getting back to the console making, which I don't know how that would be received, or we're about to get a fucking revival fest of all old Sega franchises, which I will definitely love. I would definitely like to see Jet Set Radio. I would definitely love to see more Virtual Fighter. I'd definitely love to see more Crazy Taxi. You know what I mean? I would definitely love to see everything else that Sega has that they ain't utilized in so long. Shenmue, we can see that again. I'm all for it. Bring it. New House of the Dead. I definitely want House of the Dead. There's one House of the Dead game that stands above them all. And if you don't know what that House of the Dead game is, I'm gonna show y'all what the House of the Dead game is. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all what the House of the Dead game is. This is the greatest House of the Dead game ever. House of the Dead Overkill. That is the greatest House of the Dead game ever. If you ain't played this on the Wii, my boy, my boy, you missed the fuck out if you ain't played this game on the Wii, bro. House of the Dead Overkill was one of the craziest storylines I ever seen in a game. House of the Dead Overkill was one of the craziest mature adult themed games I have ever fucking seen. And this is the best House of the Dead game ever fucking made. And it was fucking good. It was so fucking good, it even held the record for the most swearing in a fucking game when it came out. That's how crazy this game was. Obviously, a lot of people didn't play it because basically on the Wii, everybody wanted to play Wii Fit, Wii Sports, and all the other fucking nonsense. So games that really was really fucking good that got overlooked was like House of the Dead Overkill and Mad World. But House of the Dead Overkill was that was a good ass game. You know what I mean? If you can get your hands on this game, do so. Play it. If you still got your Wii, try to find this game. This game is rare as fuck. I don't think you could probably even find it in any damn GameStop or anything like that. But play this damn game. From the opening cutscene to the ending, this has to be the most outlandish, wildest, jaw-dropping ending to a fucking game ever. If you thought you seen every adult themed situation you think you can ever see in a video game, in games like Grand Theft Auto or Manhunt, you ain't seen shit yet till you seen the final boss and the final boss fight ending in sequence in House of the Dead Overkill. It will have your fucking jaw on the floor. So I'm pretty sure nobody in the chat remembers playing this game because y'all probably didn't get it, but I would love to see a new House of the Dead. As a matter of fact, that's my number one thing I would want to see out of Sega. Tell me you giving me House of the Dead. If you just change it, it could be a real shooter like it's always been. I'll be fine with that. But you need to get the people who made fucking Overkill to do the next House of the Dead. Or if you want to remake House of the Dead and turn it into something else, maybe third person perspective, make it a third person horror game, I'm all for that too. I think House of the Dead needs to be number one on the fucking list. You know what I mean? Shinobi would be nice. You know, somebody in the chat said Shinobi. Shinobi would be nice, but my number one would be I want House of the Dead. And of course, Virtual Fighter needs to come back. But if you ain't played House of the Dead Overkill, bro, I'm trying to tell you, you missing out, man. You missing out. That was some that was some crazy shit. And I'm not gonna lie to you. That was some crazy shit, boy. House of the Dead Overkill, bro. It was whew. I don't think any adult game can compare to that game. I know that sounds a little bit biased, but I don't think it can. I don't think any other adult themed game can compare to that. So, but now I want to touch on this game, you know, the Game Awards thing a little bit more. It's not long. I think we got one day now because it's going to be Wednesday. We got a day and a half, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if Tears of the Kingdom don't win, I'm unleashing hell on this platform. There's no reason Tears of the Kingdom does not win Game of the Year. It's not fucking debatable. It's not up for discussion. It's not fucking comparable. It's not anything. Tears of the Kingdom needs to win Game of the Year. I hope Microsoft comes out swinging and shows us fucking Perfect Dark. I want to see Perfect Dark, for crying out loud. I would like Nintendo to do anything. Anything. I will be streaming the Game Awards live here, so you know, mark that in your calendars if you care about that. But I will be on this channel streaming that live, giving the reactions. Hopefully I don't fall asleep. But yeah, I will stream it live. I will not guarantee that I might, lose my shit and end the live early, because I can't stand Geoff Keighley and his fucking Game Awards fucking bullshit that they do. I can only take about 3 bullshits and then I'm done. So hopefully Game of the Year Game of the Year will be held to the last fucking, reveal anyway. But, I don't want to lose my shit and I don't want to go off on him again. But Tears of the Kingdom is Game of the Year. There's 2 games that have absolutely impressed me to the point that I actually had my jaw drop and my mouth wide open. And that's Tears of the Kingdom and what we saw yesterday with Grand Theft Auto 6. That's the only 2. The things you can do in Tears of the Kingdom, the fact that Tears of the Kingdom is basically a 3 open world game with 3 open worlds that you could travel through seamlessly is such a fucking technical achievement. It's mind-blowing, and it's on the Switch. The fact that Nintendo is so great at their fucking craft that the most technological advanced game in gaming right now is a Nintendo Switch game in Tears of the Kingdom. Y'all have to think about that. Y'all really got to sink that in. You know what I mean? So there's no other game that really comes close. There's no other game that was revolutionary. There's no other game that really did anything innovative. There's no other game that really had developers stumped on how the development of the game went. There's no other game that really went viral like Tears of the Kingdom did for the first few months it was out. So this is kind of a shoo-in. And plus, it's also the best-selling game out of all the Game of the Year nominees. On top of that, it's also the highest-rated game out of all the Game of the Year nominees. On top of that, it also has the most 10 out of 10 reviews of all the Game of the Year nominees. So Tears of the Kingdom is checking all the boxes. I've seen a lot of naysayers online basically trying to plant their narrative about Zelda won it in 2017. Who gives a fuck if Zelda won it in 2017? Who cares? If it is the best game of the year, it needs to be Game of the Year. And Geoff Keighley already knows he has a few fucking hiccups when it comes to this Game of the Year award over the last few years. So he got to get us right this year, because we ain't trying to hear this bullshit this year. We're not. And here's also the thing real quick on this. If you really try to if you really try to steal the Game of the Year from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, then at that point, what game deserves to be Game of the Year ever at that point? When you have a game that is so technologically advanced, a game that does nothing that any other game on the planet can do, a game that basically took open world games and took it to a whole nother fucking stratosphere, a game that basically takes interactivity and physics to a whole nother level that we never seen before, a game that has crazy innovation, a game that basically does everything that is basically taking gaming out of the box and tearing it a new fucking asshole, then what the fuck can actually win Game of the Year, my guy? Y'all really got to think about that. You think about that. Bayonetta 2 got robbed in 2014. Actually, I do have that list up here. I'm gonna actually go to that list. Let me go to that list, because I still got that shit. I still got that. I think I still got this on this thing. Hold up. Let me show y'all real quick what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's put this up here real quick. Yeah. So this is their history of Game of the Year. In 2014, Bayonetta got fucking robbed. It was the best game of the year, hands down. But since it was on the fucking Wii U, they didn't want to give it to it. And they gave it to Dragon Age, which was nowhere near a better game. I think the year that it Takes Two, or whatever the fuck that game is, that game won one year. I was like, why the fuck did that game win? That didn't make any sense. That was a fucking travesty. I'm trying to remember who won. Actually, let me go to let me see if I can look up the winners. Let me look up the winners. And be honest with you, in 2021, yeah, I think it was 2021, wasn't it? I think it was 2021 that game won, which was fucking ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous, man. Okay. Yeah, It Takes Two won in 2021. When it definitely shouldn't have. I understand that you probably didn't want to give it to Metroid, but Metroid was definitely should have been the game that fucking won. So 2021 was bullshit. You know what I mean? 2022 was what it was. We'll see what happened this year. 2020 we can live with that. 2019 was that was another year that was a fucking embarrassment, where you had Control nominated, Death Stranding fucking nominated, but you know, Astral Chain didn't get nominated, and Fire Emblem Three Houses didn't get nominated. So that was a bullshit fucking year. 2028 was it was. 2017 was what it was. 2016 was bullshit. 2015 was bullshit. 2015 was definitely fucking bullshit. So we could go through all these lists all the time. We go through this list all the time. So there's a lot of bullshit fucking years that we had. You know what I mean? We had fucking Overwatch win. We had fucking Dragon Age Inquisition win for some motherfucking reason. It Takes Two won for some goddamn reason. Sekiro, I think that's okay. I think we can live with that. We can live with that. Yeah, I think we could live with that one. But I'm still pissed off about that 2021, because that was just basically we're just gonna give it to our friends because we didn't want to give it to nothing else. So it's it was crazy. It was Dragon Age Inquisition. The Dragon Age game people don't even fucking remember. Somehow that beat Bayonetta. Bayonetta, I think Bayonetta was the highest rated game of that year, sitting at a 92. It still baffles me. I'm fucking flabbergasted to this day that game still did not win in 2014. It was definitely a political move because the game was exclusive to the Wii U. It was crazy. It was crazy. But all in all, that's basically what I gotta say about that situation. That's basically what I gotta say about that situation. Keela, get your shit together. I will be streaming them Game Awards and shit like that. And you know what I mean? As you can see on your screen, that's the game that got fucking robbed in 2019. That great fucking game, Astral Chain, one of the greatest games ever fucking made. If you play it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't played it, I need to slap you and DDT your ass right now. You need to go out and play Astral Chain. It's that fucking good. It's that damn good. Bayonetta 3, it kind of got shaded a little bit, but they did give Bayonetta action game of the year. They really didn't have no fucking choice, because Bayonetta 3 was that fucking heat, so they had no choice. But yeah, Astral Chain was fucking robbed. The fact that Three Houses wasn't even it was fucking embarrassing. Fucking Control and that, it was embarrassing. You know what? I'm just gonna stop, because y'all gonna get me fucking riled up again about this bullshit, man. I don't want to get riled up again about this bullshit. But it's we'll see Thursday what really is gonna happen. We're gonna see what's gonna happen on Thursday, man. I will be live streaming this shit. Jeff Keeler already said it's gonna be 2.5 fucking hours, bro. I'm gonna have to order something. I'm gonna have to get a pizza or some shit. I don't know. Give me a vegan pizza or something. You know what I mean? But that's a long time to be streaming. I could barely go over an hour. I've been on here an hour so far, and I'm already ready to fucking run away from the computer. So so yeah. Also, what we gonna do is everybody in the chat, everybody watching live right now. Also, I want y'all to pay attention to my feed in my community tab. I'm going to be doing, this is official announcement, I'm going to be doing, you know, the EmpBruh Game of the Year awards. And it's all going to be 100% voted by you guys. So some of y'all been, you know, voting on my polls, you know, for the last couple of months. Some of y'all already know I put polls out there all the time. But we're going to start that probably this week. Probably the day of the Game Awards. We're probably going to start it. We're gonna do a little fucking bracket tournament. We're gonna decide what the game of the year is. It's probably gonna be 16 nominees. I'm gonna bring up 16 nominees, so y'all ain't gotta worry about the nomination process. I'm gonna nominate because, you know, I'm gonna be fair and honest, and you know I give nothing but the heel truth and nothing but the fucking heel truth. So help you God. It's gonna be the heel truth about these 16 nominees, and we're gonna vote, decide what, you know, what truly is the game of the year. So we're gonna see. So all the fucking Sony fans that are watching right now, because I know you're watching because you're always spying, this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity right now to, you know, to spoil the EmpBruh inaugural Game of the Award, gaming awards. So you better be on P's and Q's. So pay attention to those polls, because I'm gonna put them out probably in the next couple of days, next day or two. We're going to start that, and I will be streaming the Game Awards live. I'll probably be back tomorrow. It was something else, so, you know, be on the lookout for that too. So as of right now, I'm telling you right now, Grand Theft Auto 6 Switch 2, it's going to happen. I don't want to hear nothing else. I believe everything points toward it. If anybody tells you the Switch 2 is going to be less powerful than the Xbox Series X and the fucking PS5, they lying to you. It's bullshit. We got that 10-year Call of Duty fucking contract. Nvidia already put out their new chipset of what it can do. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Also, please just ignore this banned GTA 6 bullshit that you see online. Just leave it alone. Just don't give it no more gas to the fire. I just hate people just attacking video games for their political agenda. It's fucking annoying. I hate it so much. Also, give props to Rockstar. Rockstar is finally bringing y'all the first true next generation game. And the fact that we are still saying next generation 3 years into these two consoles is fucking asinine. But that's how the fucking business model has played up this year, because people want to, you know, suck every single ounce of fucking life out of a console that's already fucking been abandoned. The PS4 and the Xbox One. So 3 years in the generation, we're finally getting a real motherfucking next generation game. So we can finally start saying current generation now, because you're finally getting real current generation damn games. So, you know, see y'all tomorrow. Be ready. I'll have my, you know, I'm going to prepare my Zelda celebration. So when Zelda wins Game of the Year, we are finna turn the motherfucker up on this YouTube streets. When Zelda wins, y'all better be ready. We crocking. We popping the champagne. We getting bottles. We bringing about the Henny. We doing everything. We turning the motherfucker. We gonna have a celebration stream for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom when it wins Game of the Year. So y'all better be ready for that. So be ready for that. So right now I can take a couple of questions. Yeah, I can take a couple of questions. If anybody got some questions, you know, feel free to jump in the chat if you got some questions real quick. Why this beautiful Astral Chain is still playing in your background. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find a boss battle in here so I can answer a couple questions. Just a few, if you have any. Man. Man, oh man. I'm ready to turn up. I'm ready for that. I know Geoff Keighley is going to do He's going to do the right thing. Even though he claims he doesn't have anything to do with how the winner's selected, which is a fucking lie. But we'll see what happens. Would you like a No More Heroes 4? It's kind of funny, Nick Neal, that you're asking me that question. Kind of funny that question's coming from you. But I guess we'll see what Suda wants to do. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind No More Heroes 4. We just kind of got to get we kind of got to get a direction of where we want to go. With Suda 51, you do get all the madness and epicness, but sometimes it can get a little bit sporadic and, you know, can get a little bit crazy. I think that's when No More Heroes 3 kind of, you know, tapered off a little bit. There was promise with the craziness, but we kind of not have no direction. It kind of got a little bit too wild. So No More Heroes 4, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I think it's enough stock in Travis touchdown that, you know, he could rebound and have a good outing next time around. Prime 4 at the Game Awards. Shit. I would hope so. Like Kodak Black said, I hope so. I would hope so. But I definitely want to see it. I'm ready. I'm ready to see this shit, man. I really am. I'm ready to see it. I don't want to wait anymore. I've been waiting for a very fucking long time since we seen that JPEG of Metroid Prime 4. So I do want to see it. I do. Nintendo Switch is a 9th gen console, or is it the same gen like Wii U? I think people need to realize that the Wii U and Switch are the same gen. I think it's pretty evident that's what Nintendo kind of label it as. And I think it's pretty evident that Nintendo kind of wants to wipe away the memory of the Wii U. This is why a lot of those games from the Wii U came over to the Switch. There isn't really many games left on the Wii U that did not come over to the Switch. I think the only game that's really still living on the Wii U is Zombie U and Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I have no idea why that haven't got ported over yet. I was against it at first, but since they pretty much moved every fucking thing off the Wii U, you might as well move the last few things that are left. Just move it on over, because you're basically trying to erase the Wii U from history. That's basically what they're trying to do. So I don't know why Monolith ain't brought that shit over yet, but maybe they'll surprise us next year. Maybe they brought it over and enhanced it and, you know, remastered it. Who knows? So why do people disrespect Nintendo despite Switch success? I think some people, we got a lot of tribalism now, in basically a sports-like tribalism in gaming now, which everybody wants to, you know, side with their team per se. So it's a lot of capping, a lot of bullshit, a lot of hyping, a lot of fucking, you know, asinine shit that's being said and being spewed about. You know, it's people that try to disrespect Nintendo. I kind of just laugh at them. I really just roast them and just make them a brunt of the joke, because as we see all the time, especially with PlayStation fanboys, the #1 fucking culprit in this whole gaming space, they're hypocritical. They'll say one thing, they're against one thing and turn around, and when Sony do it, they accept it. You know, I never forget how much PlayStation fanboys trashed the fucking Wii U, but now they're out there in drones buying the PlayStation Portal, which is nothing but an inferior Wii U gamepad. Y'all really got to think about that shit. The fucking PlayStation Portal has tech inferior to the Wii U gamepad. I'm gonna say that shit again because I don't think y'all listening to me. A piece of hardware made by Sony is technically inferior to hardware that Nintendo made in 2014. They shitted on the Wii U and then turned around and bought Wii U Gamepad Lite in 2023. This is why I never take them motherfuckers seriously. They're a joke. They're a fucking joke. The PlayStation Portal is the biggest cash grab piece of shit I've ever seen, and it makes no sense for it to have significantly less features than the fucking Wii U gamepad. It's embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing. So people that disrespect Nintendo are just fucking stupid. Nintendo are the gods of this industry. Everything they do, people follow. Ain't nobody modeling or developing their games after fucking God of War. Ain't nobody modeling or developing their games after Last of Us. Ain't nobody modeling or developing their games after Gear 6 or anything else that Microsoft does. Everybody tries to model and develop their games around shit like Mario, like Zelda, like Metroid. They're the number one in this industry for a fucking reason. This is why they can stand on their own. This is why third party games is always icing on the cake to them, because they have their own shit that they can stand on. They stand on business, partner. They stand on business, and they stand on their own business, partner. That's why I love them so much. And the reason also why I love them, because they make the fucking best games in the fucking world. Nobody touches these motherfuckers. If you go in there and you just look up Nintendo consoles, I want y'all to do something for me right now to make you understand the fucking God, Super Saiyan God level that Nintendo operates on. Just go to Metacritic. Click on greatest, highest rated games of all time. Look through that list and see how many shit was actually made by Nintendo. Then after you look through that list, go back to the front page, the first page of the greatest games of all time, and only select all the Nintendo platforms available on the Metacritic website. You're going to see something that's very fucking consistent that you are not going to see from Sony PlayStation, that you're not going to see from Microsoft Xbox, that you're not going to see from the old Sega platforms. Consistency of high fucking quality for decades. This is God level, dog. It's not even comparable. And I think that's why a lot of people hate Nintendo, because they just been on top for so long. They kind of got the Tom Brady effect. You just tired of seeing the motherfuckers win. But if you're tired of seeing them win, tell your people to make better fucking games. You're tired of seeing Zelda fucking win. Well, tell people to make a better game than fucking Zelda. It ain't Nintendo's fault y'all can't keep the fuck up. Step your fucking game up. Wasn't that a goddamn slogan for PlayStation fucking Vita? That flop ass shit? Step your game up. That's all you gotta do. I'm moving on to the next question. I can go on there about that shit. Do you think Nintendo... Oh, Lord. Oh, Moochie, I don't know what the fuck you just wrote here. Do you think Nintendo would reveal Mario Football at the Super Bowl if the game is real? I don't think Mario Football is going to be a thing. I think Mario is not going to dab in any new sports. He's going to stick to the sports he already do, which is basically soccer and tennis. I don't think they're going to experiment anymore. They experimented with the basketball. That didn't do as well as they probably hoped. So you ain't seen another Mario basketball game. So I think Mario does enough fucking things. All right. The man does too much right now. So it is what it is. Mario Odyssey 2 launch title. It's going to be Mario something. I doubt it'd be Odyssey 2. If Odyssey 2 was going to sequel, we would have got it right now. Kind of just like how they did Mario Galaxy 2. So it's not going to be Odyssey. It's going to be whatever the fuck he does. Mario DBZ Saga or some shit. At this point, I don't know what the motherfucker can do, to be honest with you. That's going to be different. But Nintendo somehow... they always pull something out and just wow us. Like, we really didn't know what Zelda was going to fucking do different, and then Breath of the Wild happened. So you have that. I love my Wii U, still play it. Salute to you. I damn sure ain't playing that shit no more. I still got it too. I need to do something with that thing. I still got Wii remotes, by the way. I still got Wii remotes. I got like 4 of the motherfuckers. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have my Wii no more, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Let's see if I'll skip anything. Stand on business. Oh, if you don't know what stand on business is, just go ahead and just type it into Twitter, and you'll get the definition of what that is. Shit. Oh man. But yeah. So yeah, I don't think Mario's going to do any more other sports. I think 3-on-3 was on DS or something. I might be wrong. I don't know. Also, I'm gonna do a video about N64 versus GameCube. We got to go down that retro lane. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while. So, no Madden on Switch. I think that changes when Switch 2 as well. You know, I think EA, decided to suck this shit up, and somehow, they always said Frostbite can't run on Switch, and then all of a sudden this year Frostbite is on Switch. The Frostbite engine is on Switch. It runs the new football game, the soccer game. So I think EA is going to really turn this shit around and put Madden on Switch for the next system. Would you want Nintendo to bring back Eternal Darkness? Or do you prefer? No, we don't need Eternal Darkness. I think Nintendo is fine with what they got. They have Bayonetta now. Unofficially, they have Bayonetta in their stack of franchises. Astral Chain is a new franchise that was obviously great success, so we need to see a sequel of that. We want to see that expand some more. I think Eternal Darkness is just going to be something that's going to be left in the past. I think that ship has sailed a long many moons ago. I think we're not doing that anymore. I think the developers tried to make a sequel to Eternal Darkness back on I think they tried to do it for was it Wii U? I think it was called something of the Eternals. It was a while ago. It was like a crowd-funded bullshit. Yeah, they tried to do that a while ago. So Eternal Darkness, it is what it is. It's dead. Yeah, I'm not. Look, we're going to get into the N64 GameCube debate. There will be a special live stream for that very soon, because y'all gonna learn today. I don't know why the fuck some people think GameCube was better than 64, but it was not even close. But I'm not even gonna get into it. Just wait for that live stream to come on, and just wait for that. Should we get a Mad World remaster? We should get a lot of things for Platinum Games. Platinum Games has had the most success on Nintendo platforms, with Bayonetta 1, 2, and 3, Astral Chain, Wonderful 101, Mad World. So we need a lot of fucking things from Platinum Games. So Platinum Games know where their bread and butter is. They know where their home is. Hopefully we get a sequel of Vanquish. They did this Anarchy Reigns game, which was supposed to be like a spinoff of Mad World, which did not work very well. But I would love to have a true Mad World sequel. The story of Jack and, all that other shit. If you have not played Mad World, please go watch a playthrough. That's another game on the Wii that was just phenomenal. Like House of the Dead Overkill. You ain't playing Mad World, go play that motherfucker if you have the capability of playing it. If you can't play it, watch that playthrough. Mad World has one of the greatest fucking soundtracks in the game of all time. What Platinum Games were able to craft in Mad World is just fucking insane. Like they're a top developer. They're a top developer in all of gaming, bro. Like what they was able to do with Vanquish, what they was able to do with Mad World, what they was able to do with Bayonetta, what they was able to do with Nier Automata, what they was able to do with Astral Chain. They're a top fucking developer in this whole gaming space, bro. It's just incredible experiences that are all different and unique. It's crazy. So will you do a match with Mojo? See, all right, now it's time to end the live stream now. See, people asking crazy ass questions. That has nothing to do with gaming. So And for the record, I don't back down for no motherfucking challenge. I take on all challenges when it comes to the square circle, my guy. So you know me, Emperor of the Ring, baby. You know, you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. Should the next Donkey Kong game be 2D or 3D? That's a hard one. Me personally, I'm fucking tired of playing 2D games. I think it's nice to have those 2D, 2.5D games every once in a while, but if it's a regular occurrence every fucking year, I don't want to play them damn things. This is why I'm not excited for half of the games that are coming out for Switch next year. Outside of Prime 4 and maybe the Dark Moon remake. Because I don't want to play these 2D games all the fucking time. They're nostalgic for a reason because we get them every once in a while. But they're kind of starting to get like fucking remakes and remasters. We're getting them so fucking much. We're losing the actual appeal of a remake and remaster. We're losing the appeal of having a 2D/2.5D game in modern era gaming. It's just happening too fucking much. So I think I'd rather have a 3D Donkey Kong game. And it's been a long time since Donkey Kong 64. And that's a classic. So I'd rather have that, to be straight up honest with you. Straight up honest with you. Now y'all arguing about 64 and GameCube. Look, we're gonna have that discussion. You know what I mean? You don't want to miss that live because I could tell who started gaming on GameCube and who started gaming before GameCube by a lot of people comments, because sometimes certain things are just not fucking comparable. Because if you was there to experience both situations, it's not really a fucking debate. It's not up for discussion. There's nothing to discuss. If you really experience both situations, then you know which one was better. So, but we're gonna do that very soon. Matter of fact, that might be one of the upcoming damn videos, probably this week or next week, because I've been wanting to get this off my chest for a very long goddamn time, and I think it's about time we do that. So with that being said, look out for the Emperor Inaugural Game of the Year Awards polls. Look out for, I'm gonna have a video dropping tomorrow. Look out for that that live stream of the Game Awards on Thursday. Also, if you ain't played Astral Chain, play that Astral Chain. I know y'all been seeing it playing the whole time I've been on this live. That shit is fucking amazing. Play that Astral Chain. Play Mad World. Play House of the Dead Overkill. I'm not hating on Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I just said my piece. I'm not enthusiastic about playing 2D games all the fucking time. If that was the case, I would just fucking, go to my uncle's house and steal his fucking SNES he still plays and play 2D games all the time. So I just don't want to play 2D games all the time. I'd rather play games made for this modern era and then dabble into 2D games every once in a while. I'd rather play new games designed for this modern era and then dab into remakes and remasters every once in a while. I don't want that to be a regular occurring thing every year, all fucking year. It's boring. It gets played out. So that's how I feel about that. So we're going to celebrate Thursday. I guarantee you we're going to do it. GTA 6, Switch 2 is coming. It's going to happen. Switch 2 going to be as powerful as the PS5. Mark my words. I tell you the truth and nothing but the truth every motherfucking time. So help you God, and I never be wrong. So with that being said, I'm telling y'all right now, if you ain't with the winning team, you better get with them, because we coming for that #1 spot.